It's interesting talking about schools. It's probably been probably 5, 6 years ago, I would say, maybe 5 years ago. The school, Wofford College, where I played football, they had a football game, and it was this torrential downpour. There's nobody was there. It was insane to be there. I was there with Ben Daniel, and we held down the tent and watched the football game. It was crazy. The wind was blowing 30 miles an hour. But before it got really bad, the president of the other school parked right next to me. And so we met and we were talking. I said, I've got a couple of questions I want to ask you before, but we knew there was going to be torrential downpour. And so he said, sure. I said, you got a couple of minutes to grab a beer? And so I said, all right, so you got all these different things that are going on about the way that online education is going. And I talked about like traditional education and how I just, I was looking at it from like an investment standpoint. Like, what happens here? Because you got like, this is a train wreck waiting to happen. And I was like, what am I missing? I want to, and I was like, because you have online education, it's free. And I just don't know how you can substantiate. Wofford, it's probably like $60,000 a year. So how are you going to substantiate? Now, granted, they're not paying $60,000 a year. You're getting some, you're getting aid, you're getting some different stuff.
Right.
But so call it 40. It's 40 grand a year after endowment and all the rest.
That's no
how are you
joke.
going to substantiate? That's a lot of money. And how are you going to substantiate that? I said, I just think that's a problem. What are schools doing about that? I said, do you think it's a problem? He goes, yeah, I think it's a major problem. Mm-hmm. I said, so I'm not missing anything. He said, nope. Sounds like you pretty much understand the whole thing. And I kind of laughed. I said, what are you going to do about it? And he looked at me. He said, I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
That's my plan. He goes,
Yeah.
but as for what the next person's going to do about it, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And so I said, so it really is that bad? He goes, yes, it's that bad. Of course it's that bad. Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. Education, higher learning and education is going to change dramatically. It's the president of a very prestigious school, that very well-known school.
Yeah, I mean, when I want to learn a skill today, I get on YouTube. I don't go to a local technical college and take a couple courses on, like if I want to learn graphic design, I can go sign up, have to drive to the campus in person and take courses from I don't know who.
Right.
Or I can get direct tutelage from someone who's a renowned graphic designer who has a portfolio to show, and they have free content on YouTube.
Yeah.
And step by step how you can get started. And I can sit in my pajamas.
I know. My son always used to say, Daddy says he hopes we don't go to college. And that's almost correct. I said, no, that's not what I said. I said that I hope you're smart enough to not want to go to college.
Yeah.
Because I believe that someone who was truly trying to get educated in anything that they were really trying to devour somewhere, that would be the last place they would go. Like if you wanted to learn, pick a subject. Now, there are certain things you have to go. You want to become a doctor, you have to go there. You have to have your calling card. There's I'm not saying there's not a place for it, but if you want to devour a subject, you're not going to go there because most of those folks aren't up to date. Most of the stuff that's like newer science and lots of stuff that are happening right now.
It changes every week.
Correct.
You can't be teaching a curriculum that you were teaching 10 years ago.
Correct.
Come on. That's crazy.
Now, but with all that being said, I do believe in a liberal arts education because I do believe in learning the ability to think.
Sure.
That's important.
Oh, right.
But learning, getting a sociology degree or an English degree, unless you're going to be a teacher, which is nothing wrong with being a teacher. We need more teachers. But come on, like that, that's not going to work out well for you for what you probably want to do in life. If you want to go and not make very much money and teach people English and become a great teacher, then great. Don't bitch and moan when you don't make any money.
Yeah, but it still works on the same, it works with supply and demand.
Sure.
The whole college education, the whole talk track was based off the fact that there was a high demand for college educated people and the supply was low. And now the marketplace is saturated with it.
Right.
And what the market needs now are tradesmen, people who have technical skills,
Correct.
people who can work on
Welders.
something, people who can actually, they go to
Plumbers.
work. They go to work, and when they leave that day, there was something that exists that didn't exist when they got to work that day, or something is fixed that was not operational or functional when they got there that day. And I was talking to the contractors that were helping me at closing at the house, and it took weeks to get certain people out there to work on certain things. Rather, it was brick masons, and then I had to do some stuff with the AC unit. I told the guys, I said, man, if the demand's this high, I figured I'd hire some more people. And he goes, we can't hire more people. They're not available.
Because of the change in immigration, right? At the southern border.
That is true. Yeah. The immigrant, all the people, there were no immigrants that showed up to my house.
I'm not a hater.
Right.
I'm just saying, like in our old neighborhood, you'd see a whole bunch of Hispanic people frame a house in a day. A whole day. An elevated 2-story house, 3 stories. Day. There's taco trucks out there, boy. There's Mexican music rolling.
Yep.
But they are killing it, and that's certainly not anti-Hispanic. I love it.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's a work ethic that we all need to relearn because we used to have that a long time ago.
But college became essentially free because you can borrow the money. It's not real anyways.
Exactly.
And what you're doing is you're taking a 17-year-old who knows nothing,
Borrowing a ton of money.
Isn't it crazy that science is now saying that your prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until you're 30? It moved from 26 to 30 recently. And you can take a 17-year-old who you know has an underdeveloped brain scientifically. That's not my words. These are what I've read from scientific journals. You say, here's a person with an underdeveloped brain, and I'm going to give them a loan.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's legal.